Oh, yeah, my friends. Right here on the Clark the Shark Neanderthal show. It's not a talk radio show, America. It's a Neanderthal knuckle dragging show where I'm going to talk about just one of the maybe greatest albums ever recorded in history, perhaps. I don't know, you guys. Yes, no, maybe. JFK in the sky, Sharky, someday. JFK. Well, we know who killed Ron Nasty and his 1971, I guess it's September 71 album. Imagine, you guys, I'm very torn on his views. He said he believed in God, but God is, he's not some old man up in the sky, He is an old man, Ron, up in the sky, He is, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark. Spectacular talk radio show. The finest talk radio ever to come out of the South Bay, Redondo Beach, Torrance, Lomita, Hermosa Beach, Gardena. There, I said it. Los Angeles County. And even John is like, well, Clark the Shark, please, you're not as great as me. I'm like, Ron, just like that, you guys. This guy was snuffed out by Mark David Chapman in 1980. And it can happen to you or me or any one of us, really, just like that, you guys. Unfortunately. And a lot of people think, well, he said all those things, like the Ruttles were bigger than Rod, or, bigger than God. God never had a hit record, all that stuff Ron said. I don't know, you guys. I think God wrote all the number one records of all time. Me, Clark the Shark. I'm a monotheist, deist. And I would never say, imagine there's no heaven. I'm more like Brian Ferry. Like, is there a heaven? I'd like to think so. Me, Sharky, Disposable darling. You guys. But what an album this is. Ron Nasty, Imagine, 1971. Now let's frame the situation here. The Ruttles began to splinter, and it was inevitable, you guys, that all things must pass. Come on. Even the Fab Four, Dirk, Stig, Ron, and Barry. And you guys, it happened. It ended. And what can we do? And, none of these albums, particularly the ones recorded by Dirk McQuickley, like Ram, and it took that guy like fucking 8 years to get a hit or something. He was, I don't know. When he got solo, you guys, I don't mean with the Fab Four. But things were clumsy in the beginning. Lars Ulrich had the biggest hits, like Every Time I See Your Face, It Reminds Me, all that. Dude. What's the one song? Got to pay your dues if you want to sing the blues, and it don't come nasty. All that stuff, you guys, right here on the Sharkalama Ding Dong, Sharkadoodle-Doo, Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255 from the amazing golden EIB Sharkerphone. Not a microphone, baby, it's a Sharkerphone. Because I'm coming to you, maybe not live today on Monday, December 23, 2024. 2 days until Christ Mass, you guys, and I'm torn. I want to believe in this Christian thing, like I just don't get, why would God send his only son like that? And then we humans put a crown of thorns on him, killed him, and all that, just to save us from Satan, all created by the bigger God in heaven or something. It's just confusing, you guys. And some people, it's so easy. It's like Clark the Shark. You don't even need to drop and do 200 knuckle push-ups, just all you do is be happy, positive, and pray every day, and it will all be okay. And to some degree, you guys, I believe that might be true right here on the Clark the Shark show. But it just wasn't easy for Ron Nasty, who, of course, as we know, his mom died when he was just a lad. You guys, I know too, my mom, Joanne, nearly died of cancer in 1979 when I was 14, and it almost killed me. It was very sad. I remember I just broke down and cried when they told me she might only have 4 or 6 months to live. And, dude, I can't explain that feeling. But then she survived. It was like a miracle, and she lived all the way till 2011. You guys, right here on the Clark the Shark show. And I don't know whether to praise God, thank God, get mad at God. Sometimes I'm like, when I die, the first thing I'm going to do is attack and punch God or be very angry at him for what he did to me here on earth. God's going to need to get a restraining order against me, you guys, I swear. And I know many of you feel like this too. And we're all just like, dude, we're floating in space. What is all this? And John's like, well, imagine there's no heaven. You guys, I only want to imagine that there is a heaven. I would like to think there's a hell too for liberals to burn for eternity, you guys. But, then again, there's this part of me that's like, I don't like suffering. I don't want any suffering, even if it's a guy spraying Raid on bees or, burning a hornet's nest with a blowtorch. Or I don't like it, you guys. And it almost feels like God is like, oh, Sharky, it's great. Isn't it great suffering? And read the Bible, people are manning up and people are enslaved and being beaten and, dude, imprisoned or even worse here on the Clark the Shark show. Imagine everything that's gone down in the last 5,000 years here on earth, you guys. There's a lot of terrible, there's a lot of good, but the good comes with the bad or something, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark show. You could be having a beautiful day, you're happy, you're having a cup of coffee, it's 10 in the morning, then you drive down to Starbucks to go get more coffee and you see a horrible wreck. And the police haven't arrived yet and the people are dead, laid out, and one guy's esophagus is hanging out or something, and clearly they're dead, and you get out of your car and you walk up to the scene and you're just like, I don't want to be here. Imagine, you guys, what Ron Nasty would think. Look at him. He's just like, shaved off the beard, you guys. And remember, he had the big beard and he was this wise old hippie or something. And then he shows up with this, he shaved his head too, you guys. He got with Chastity Hitler. I don't like it when Ron got with Chastity Hitler, you guys, because she's a fucking Nazi and I fucking hate her. But she is the queen of punk rock. So that side of her, I love or I like or something, and just the fact, she's such a radical. I like it or I love it or something. I don't know, but Ron Nasty, 1971. Imagine, you guys. What an album. Where did it come from? And especially since Dirk put out his horrible debut solo album or something. The album starts side one, track one, of course, with Imagine. There's no heaven, uh, no hell below us, above us only sky, you guys. Imagine all the people living together, just everyone. I don't know what to think. Sometimes I'm like, it's so simple, and no God. I think you guys, we do need God or something like. It's like the old man in the cave, the computer, and then Ron would be, "I'll kill it. You don't need it. You're free now." And then all the people perish. It won't be long, you guys, before we're all dead if we kill the old man in the cave. You saw that episode. It really is true, you guys. Imagine there is no God, or there is no heaven or hell, or I'm very torn on the song, but I love it for whatever reason, you guys. Ron Nasty, Imagine. All-time classic, amazing song. This album is much better than Dirk's debut, you guys. All Things Must Pass by Stig is amazing. Come on, what an album. That's one of the greatest ever recorded, you guys, certainly. And Crippled Inside, track 2, side 1. What a song. It's like me, Clark the Shark. I can't hide, you guys, when I'm crippled inside. I can't. Neither can all of you guys. You could be 6'4" and have a beautiful wife and everything. And remember what Clark the Shark says: you have nothing, even if you have a beautiful home and nice cars, a beautiful wife, and 4 kids. You guys, sometimes those are the quickest guys. They find them in their office with just a slug in their head or something, because they realized one day they have nothing. I'm not kidding, you guys, with or without God or something. It really is true. If you're crippled inside, you can't hide, you guys. God bless all of us. I hope we live to be 107, every one of us. But I hope we're all happy. Me, Clark the Shark, I may sound miserable, but I'm really kind of happy here on the Clark the Shit Show. I have something that a lot of people don't have. I can't even put my finger on it, you guys, but I have it. I've achieved it. Maybe I'm right or wrong. I don't know. But Jealous Guy, track 3, side 1. You guys, I don't even know what to say about Jealous Guy. Do, 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 do. What a song. She may not love me anymore. Dude, who knows? Angelia may not even know me anymore. She turned 8 on December 15, and I haven't seen her since August 4, 2019, when she was almost 3. I'm not going to, it doesn't really apply to me, I guess, but I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm just a jealous guy. She hurt me when she went away, you guys. Those 2 ladies who took her from me. Maybe they didn't mean to hurt me. They didn't mean to make me cry. But wherever she is, you guys, I'm just a jealous guy, because she may or may not be happier than me at age 8, or maybe just carefree and not knowing anything, like a robot, like Elon Musk, just having 12 bio kids or something. I don't know. Nonetheless, you guys, I remain just a jealous guy. Who knows? Maybe you're all jealous of me and I'm jealous of you, and nobody can put their finger on what this all is. We just don't know here in the Sharkulation, but I'm waiting for the everlasting gobstopper. One of you out there has the golden ticket, and bring it to me someday. So shy a good deed, and I will say you win. You win it all. I'm giving you, sharks, life, you guys, my empire of dirt. It's all for you right here on the Jealous Guy Show. Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255. The Sharkalama Ding Dong. The Sharkadoodle Doo. Because it's so hard. Oh, God. Every song here, you guys, is gripping. It makes Dirk McQuickly just look like a fucking idiot. It does. I don't want to be a soldier. Me neither, you guys. What for? You know, wars, hating, fighting, suffering. God thinks we all need to be cleansed. Go to purgatory when we die. When, it's either heaven or hell, say the Protestants, but that wouldn't be fair. And then it's like purgatory wouldn't be fair either. Matter of fact, this whole life isn't fair or something. I just don't know on the Clark the Shark Show. Gimme truth. Gimme some truth, baby. That's all Ron wanted. That's all I wanted. Oh, my love. I'm not sure about that. Track 2, side 2. I know. I don't like the way he left Cynthia. I thought she was perfectly good wife. Cynthia Lennon to me seems like a good woman, you guys. I would never leave her. And I would never leave Julian. The way Julian claims he was all alone and neglected. I don't completely believe that. I've seen videos where Ron and Julian, he's only like 5 or 6 and 7 and hanging out with Ron on a boat on a little pond. Oh, my love. Who knows? Maybe Julian knows something more than I, Clark the Shark, when he said his dad neglected him. Now it's all forgiven and tries to forget. And then when Mark David Chapman popped him off, Ron used to say some loony, probably just be popped off. And he was, you guys, 1980, and it must have been confusing for Julian. Oh, my love. Could be written about Chastity Hitler, Cynthia, or Julian, or maybe his mom, Julia. I don't know. But How Do You Sleep, I really love, because it's a fucking song about Dirk McQuickly, and I can feel it too. And Ron would always say, it's just a response, It's an answer. It's more than that, you guys. He writes on that song, How Do You Sleep, like he hates Dirk McQuickly. And, how? Dude. I love every one of these songs. I don't love Oh Yoko that much, but I do. She's a princess queen of punk rock, you guys. I love Yoko. I'd love to meet her, sit down and talk with her. But she'd probably be like, you're not a mole on the ass of Ron Nasty. You think you're such a genius, Clark the Shark. But in this one album, he captured more than like Frank Zappa or David Bowie or any of those guys could ever capture. Ron Nasty from the Ruttles. Imagine. What an album. What songs. Incredible, you guys. Every one of these songs is brilliant. He may hit the mark or miss the mark. It doesn't even matter. It's all the same thing. He's confused. He's torn. He wants to try and tell the truth, but he can or he can't. Or, it's like a game of horseshoes or nuclear war. Closeness counts, man. It gets it done. Or maybe it doesn't. Right here on the Clark the Shark Amazing Show, where I think I gave you the only review of this album that you will ever want or you will ever need badly. I want you to buy this album by Ron Nasty. Freshly out of the Ruttles, you guys, when Alan D. Klein came in and stole all their money. And, it was because of Dirk McQuickley. He signed with Allen and, or something, or maybe he didn't. Ron was like signed with Allen, and Dirk's like, I'm going with Linda Eastman and her old man because they're richer. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to marry Linda, the lovely Linda. Oh, and she's rich. I'm rich too. But whatever. And Ron Nasty would say, you guys, that none of the Ruddles had money in 1970. I don't believe that. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. They were all worth like $100 million each. But Ron's like, I got with Yoko because her family was in cattle and they had money and we needed to find women. And I'm just like, dude, is that really what happened? Sometimes I wonder, right here on the Clark the Shit Show, did they all just get with women because they didn't want to end up like me, Clark the Shark, living with my nephew and having nothing at age 60? They're like, if you can meet a lass with cash, all you need is cash. In the end, at the end of the day, Clark the Shark, didn't you know? Didn't anyone tell you? Didn't you get the proverbial memo, you guys? Money corrupts, and take it from me, Clark the Shark. I know better than anyone because I have none. Right here on the Clark the Shit Show, a bunch of greedy, money-grubbing bean counters in Malta took all my money. But I'd rather have love of a lovely, beautiful lady like Bea Quivers, me spouse, and have nothing and yet have everything at all than just get popped off by some loony like Ron Nasty in 1980, Mark David Chapman. We all remember where we were, you guys, that fateful day in front of the Dakota. I was 15 and I'll never forget my brother Paul said, I love the Beatles, man. I love them more than life. And then he went to sleep. He was on a couch and I never forgot it. And I turned around and I looked back. I was sitting on the floor watching the news in disbelief. 15 years old, you guys, 1980. And I found the news that Ron was gone. I'll never forget that night. It was the weirdest, most surreal evening. I was listening to an LA Kings hockey game, and Bob Miller was like, oh, he's cut down. He's gone. And Howard Cosell was all dramatic on the football game, you guys. But, to this day, I haven't even cried, I'm still in shock. Some 44 years later, you guys, imagine Ron is gone. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Gone forever. But I hope in heaven, even though he had the audacity, you guys, to say, imagine there's no heaven or hell below us or above us, only sky. Sometimes I myself, Clark the Shark, I think the same thing. And I'm like, God, why? Someday, JFK, Sharky, drop and give me 200 knuckle push-ups, or you don't even need the knuckle push-ups. Just pray to God every day. Every day is a gift from the Lord, you guys. Sometimes I say it is, or I'm not sure. How much coffee I drink dictates. Or I don't even know, right here on the Clark the Shit Show, baby. Or the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharkerphone, not a microphone, because it was given to me not by Hush Bimbo or Hannity or Mark Levin, the great one, or that other great one, Wayne Gretzky, or Mario Lopez or Dr. Demento. Forget all them. You guys, it was given to me by Ron Nasty, who dared to ask, imagine, you guys, is there a heaven? I'd like to think so. Open plan living. I'll keep her till death sighs. I blew up your body, but you blew my mind right here on the Clark the Shark proverbial, incredible, amazing show. It is, you guys. Even I'm blown away by this album by Ron. Imagine 1971. If you're just a kid, 17 years old, right here, December 23, 2024, 2 days before Christmas, I want you to buy this album at Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. John Lennon, you guys, the greatest songwriter and genius of all time. Times, plural. Great man. Even if he cheated on everyone and he must have bedded 1,500 birds. You guys, the Beatles' career is an orgy of women. He cheated on Cynthia. He cheated on Yoko. He even cheated on God Almighty, but I still love him. He gets a pass with me because he never claimed to be the nicest guy in rock or something, or maybe he should have, you guys. He's only a mere lad, a human being whose mum died when he was 15 or something. Oh, how that must have hurt him. Him and Dirk McQuickley, both of them, you guys, their mums died when they were young. And that's how they bonded. And my mom almost died when I was 14, you guys, Joanne. So I'll join these two men, Dirk and Ron, or John, or whatever you want to call him. I was lucky, you guys. Me mom lived to be 81, and then she died. Probably a more horrible death as an old senior citizen at 81. Let me tell you guys, in 2011, when my mom, Joanne, died, it was horrible. I was there, and I had to leave. I didn't want to see the end. And, it was suffering. And I don't like any suffering, you guys. Even a snail getting killed by snare awl or crushing, stepping on a bee or an ant. What's it all for, you guys? I hate suffering. It makes me sick to my stomach. And believe you me, I'm not a bleeding heart liberal. I'm as true red conservative GOP to the right as you can get or whatever. But I hate suffering, man. And I love this man, Ron Nasty, who I hope is in heaven. He doesn't deserve to be, you guys, but in a way, I feel and I hope he does, and he is with the Lord God forever, for eternity. I doubt he is, you guys. If I was God, I might send Ron to hell, But it's a good thing I'm not God, and it's not up to me to sort him out right here on the Clark the Shark Show. It's up to the Lord above. I know there is a God, you guys. I'm a deist, a monotheist, Clark the Shark. And I'd like to think there is a heaven. I never want to imagine that there isn't or no hell below us, above us only sky, you guys. I want there to be, and I want to go there when I die. And I hope, you guys, I hope I see Ron. And I want to talk to him. I want to say, why did you guys fire Pete Best? Why did you hire Lars Ulrich? Fucking guy sucks on drums. I like his solo albums more than his drumming. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. Hey, you guys. But all I have is a photograph. Oh! Look up at the sun, the sky, the moon, or maybe they're UFOs. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. Bring back Angelia, Lord, I pray to you. Please, for my own sanity. You can't bring back Raw Nasty. But every day of sun, sky, moon, UFOs, whatever is up there, you guys, is a beautiful day. We do need God, you guys. For today, maybe not to live forever in heaven or hell or purgatory, but we need him today. Ron's gone, you guys. Ron Nasty. 1940 to 1980, popped off by some loony, Mark David Chapman, who said he was insane when he killed John, you guys. It's no excuse, man. You don't get a pass, bro. Forget Mark Levin and Wayne Gretzky. Mark David Chapman, you shot the great one. You shot John Lennon, dude. And I hope a UFO comes down to your prison cell, Mark David Chapman, and burns you like a blowtorch to a hive of hornets. Dude, how could you fucking do that? Insane or not, dude. He flew from Hawaii with a gun. He came all the way over here to the lower 48, to the Dakota, New York, and he fucking killed John Lennon. What a gutless coward. And then he tried to blame it on being insane. Who knows, dude, maybe people do go insane. They can't control their brain. I believe it's possible, you guys. It's just like your foot or a hand or a knee or your stomach or your pancreas. Your brain is just one more thing that might be sometimes involuntary or whatever. I would have loved to seen the Beatles get back, you guys, with Ron and Dirk and Stig. God rest his soul, you guys. George Harrison died of, brain cancer or some shit. 2001, he's gone. Just 21 years after John. And now we got to sit here on YouTube watching Dirk McQuickley and Lars Ulrich. Fuck that. The two bad Ruttles remain and the two good ones are gone. Rest in peace, Ron. I'd rather just look at UFOs in the sky forever. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.